It's the Morning Divas Sports Roundup. Here with all your sports action.
LeBron James with no regard for human life. Oh, God! Stokely down the sideline.
And Donovan has scored! Go, USA!
Fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series.
And news.
And we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we're talking about practice.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Hello? You play to win the game.
The AFNKC sports guru, Timbo Slice.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport.
Start off with NFL scores. The Washington Redskins beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 20-17 in overtime. The Detroit Lions handled the Miami Dolphins 34-27. That drops the Dolphins' home record to 1-7 this year. Ouch. The Baltimore Ravens wrapped up a playoff spot, beating the Cleveland Browns 20-10. The New England Patriots wrapped up the 1 seed in the AFC by destroying the Buffalo Bills 34-3. The St. Louis Rams increased their playoff odds by beating the San Francisco 49ers 25-17. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Tennessee Titans 34-14, and they're looking like a shoo-in to win the AFC West. The Chicago Bears beat the New York Jets 38-34, but the Jets still make the playoffs because of Washington's win over Jacksonville. And in games still in progress, Tampa Bay is destroying the Seattle Seahawks 31-7 in the fourth quarter. Green Bay is beating the New York Giants 31-17. The Indianapolis Colts are beating the Oakland Raiders 31-19. The Houston Texans are beating the Denver Broncos 23-17, and the Cincinnati Bengals are shocking the San Diego Chargers 27-13. In current NBA action, the Chicago Bulls are beating the Detroit Pistons. The Cleveland Cavaliers are beating the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Bulls game, it's 25-18 in the first quarter. Cleveland is beating Minnesota 31-25 in the second quarter. And the Los Angeles Clippers took care of the Phoenix Suns 108-103. And there were some really big NBA games over the weekend this weekend. A couple won. The Orlando Magic got back on track and beat the Boston Celtics, snapping the Celtics' 14-game winning streak. Gotta kind of take that with a grain of salt because you have no Rajon Rondo, no Shaquille O'Neal, no Jermaine O'Neal, no Kendrick Perkins. It's going to be a different story when all those guys come back healthy. And that'll be, if they meet in the playoffs, it'll be an interesting series. Might go 6-7 games. And the big game was the Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Miami Heat in Los Angeles. And the Heat pretty well handled the Lakers. They kind of did whatever they want on defense, forced a lot of turnovers, got a lot of transition baskets. I still think the Heat are in trouble in the playoffs because you don't get transition baskets in the playoffs. You have to play that half-court game. And the Heat still have problems rebounding, protecting the rim, and they don't have a real point guard who can really create things in a half-court setting for them. So we'll see what the Heat can do come playoff time, but right now they're looking like they got their regular season back on track. And we close on a sad note today. Filmmaker Bud Greenspan died at 84 over the weekend. If you don't know who Bud Greenspan was, if you ever saw the Olympics, you saw Bud Greenspan's work. He covered every Olympics from the London Summer Olympics in 1948 until last winter's Winter Olympics in Vancouver. Produced several documentaries about the Olympics. And like I said, if you ever saw any of the fantastic camera work with the Olympics, you saw Bud Greenspan's work. Bud Greenspan, dead at the age of 84. Turn it back over to you, Morning Diva.
And that was the Morning Divas Sports Roundup with the AFNKC sports guru, Timbo Slice.
You kidding me? That's all I got to say. Makes me want to puke.